today demanding the removal of Gauteng MEC Panyaza Lesufi from office. Their online petition began on Wednesday. This after the department announced that 14,000 grade 1 and grade 8 learners hadn't been placed in schools. What is the MEC's response to this petition? Well, he joins me to give me those answers. MEC, it's good to see you.
Thank you so much, and thanks for the opportunity.
Look, it's been a busy day. I know some of your pupils in schools have been going through some struggles, and you've been dealing with that. But on top of it all, you've got to deal with this online petition now that has been submitted by Afriforum. They're demanding your dismissal. Two things that they're saying: mismanagement, saying a long history of mismanagement, and two, you are causing divisions in the community. What's your response?
Well, the petition is... it has been taken to the Office of the Premier, so the Office of the Premier will respond to that. If the Office of the Premier requests that I provide answers, we'll provide answers. But it's just unfortunate on all the issues that they've highlighted. I think they missed the point. Originally, they said they're going to lay the charge against me, only to realize that I have nothing to do with those issues, and they've shifted the charge to the HOD of the department. And they're quoting figures that are not there. Reality is that on the audit outcome that was released by the Auditor General yesterday, the Department of Education in Gauteng received an unqualified report. And some of the issues that are raised in there about irregular expenditure, they're quoting a figure that is not there. And they're also quoting departments that that irregular expenditure emanates from. For example, the Department of Infrastructure Development is the department that builds schools on our behalf. So if they can't adhere to their issues, unfortunately, the Auditor General penalized the department that the funds are allocated to, but also that the determination of tenders in Gauteng, there is a department treasury that works on those particular issues. So as soon as they get the information, I think they will see that they're just shouting from the rooftop with no purpose. They've indicated that I'm dividing society, and it's contradictory because who went to the Constitutional Court to support an apartheid flag? It's me. It's me? No, it's not. It's them. So it's not dividing South Africa. And who paid a bail for two people that massacred a child in a farming colony in the northwest? Who paid the bail for those two people? It was Afriforum.
So let's go then a little bit into the details. The school admissions process, they're saying it is chaotic, and to say the least, it has been a chaotic process, really, and for it to take up. I mean, if you saw in the last couple of weeks, the parents getting SMSs, getting there, and it's lining up the whole day, and so on and so forth. There has been a little bit of chaos, but overall, what are your impressions of that school admission process?
It's not chaos. It's people that prefers to come to Gauteng. If people prefer to come to Gauteng to get quality education, what do? Do you tell them the schools are full, go back home? You can't. Education is a constitutional imperative, so we need to adhere to constitutional well-being. And we say we really believe the number of schools that people request us to place their children, those schools are full. And there are schools that are not full, and we'll engage with parents so that we can place them. So there's no single child in Gauteng that won't go to a school, for example. There's no single child in Gauteng that will be denied their constitutional right to get a school. There's no single child that will say, I can't get access to a school in Gauteng purely because registration. There are some schools will be preserved for a certain race only. There are schools like GP girls, GP boys, CAS, Pretoria boys, Pretoria girls that were preserved of the privileged few. No person from the township or no person that they were staying closer to the schools were allowed to go to those particular schools. Through the There are some schools, even when we're at the gate, requesting to get admission, they will say the school is full. Or they will say, we can't give you an admission forms until you pay something. Or they will look at you and say, Thabo doesn't look that will pay school fees, and say, Thabo, we can't take you. So the online registration removed the human element. It ensured that the schools, now that we are putting other people in those particular schools, they don't want that. And
let's talk about some of the solutions that you have announced to solve this particular problem of overcrowding and the picking of the high-impact schools. One of the things that you have done is to open up the radius a little bit wider. Now, parents don't have to live in the 5-kilometer radius. I think now you've made it 30. In fact,
30 kilometers.
You've also been very strong on the issue that kids should not then be excluded based on the fact that this is an African school and you are not from that area as well. And these are the solutions that they are saying they have aggravated the matters, but they are also saying that you are depriving parents of their rights to choose where they want to take their kids.
But that's the purpose, that the parents should choose where they want to go. Remember, 5-kilometer radius, if you take the history of our country, it means that even if you are in Soweto, you can't take your child to Sentin even if you can afford. It means that even if you are in Tembisa, you can't take your child in Alberton if you want to. So that is why we felt that we should open up. And that's where the problem is, because the demographics of our country have changed. There are areas, me and you, Thabo, we knew when you grew up, a certain race was staying there. Now, there are other people that are staying there. So you can't continue to have a one-language school in that particular area when the demographics have changed. I mean, you go to the Centurion area, for example, 80% of learners there must be squeezed to fewer schools, whereas minority have many schools, purely because of the issue of language. And you want us to fold our arms and say,
with those schools, where you're seeing that only 20% will be accommodated in small schools and a minority have the bigger parts of the school.
But that's the petition of Freedom Front or Afriforum. That's why they have the petition, because we're persuading those schools to open up. All those schools belong to all our children. You can't, in this era and time, Thabo, have a school of clean buses alone. You can't. You can't, in this era and time, have school for white children alone. And black children must continue to compromise. You can't. You can't, in this era and time, have teachers teaching fewer learners because of their color of the skin, and majority of our teachers are teaching majority of our learners purely because other people don't want to open up. You go to the townships, there are children that are coming outside the country. The poor people are absorbing that, but other people don't want to share that responsibility. It cannot be. So that is why people will resist this kind of changes, purely because they know the privileges that they enjoyed is the privilege that they want to defend, is the privilege that they feel that need to continue to enjoy at the expense of the country. We can't. Our schools belongs to all our children. Indeed, there are schools with high demand, and if there is high demand, you give other people an opportunity to go to other schools that don't have demand. And that's the reason that where a language is fully, learners that prefer either a mother tongue language or a certain language, they fully utilize the school. There's no need to change that. But if the school, the numbers are dropping, there's opening, or there are classes that are not fully utilized, and you still want to block that arrangement purely because you want to hide behind the broomstick and say it's an attack on a language. It can't work. And that is why we are saying, if people believe the attempts that you are making to open up these particular schools, those attempts are wrong, the courts are there to adjudicate. And it's just unfortunate that people don't want to take that particular route for now.
Overall, are you going to challenge this petition? Are you going to respond to it at all?
Surely not. I know why. I mean, these people are angry that we've changed the name of a school of Hendrik Verwoerd. These people are angry because they see me as a target to fundraise. These people are angry because they know that we want to open all our schools to all our children. It's something that they don't want. These people are angry purely because they don't believe in what we believe is the most important thing, to have non-racial schools, non-racial education in all our schools. So if people want to take us backward, remember, racists can't remain the way they are. They will be dynamic, they will be creative, and they will use creative methods to abuse our constitution for their own ends. So if they want to do whatever they want to do, they must do that. If they feel that I'm not fit and proper, they must go to the Premier. If they feel that the Premier will respond to them, and the Premier will respond to them. We will continue to ensure that we serve, and we don't only serve, we ensure that all children get the benefits of a quality education system in our province.
All right, let's talk about the other issues then that they're dealing with. I mean, we woke up today to a video of schools literally being ransacked, being robbed. There is, of course, CCTV footage, and I believe some arrests have been made.
Well, the police are working on this particular case. They notified us early this morning that they are following some leads, and we really believe that it will assist them to get those that have done this horrendous deed. It's so unfortunate and so unfair, Thabo, that we invest so much so that our children can have the necessary skills so that we can compete with the best in the world. You know, our economy is struggling, and the only way for us to change the economy is to invest in skills. And to invest in skills means our education system must be up to scratch. And we have been investing in township schools. We have been investing in ensuring that our children get the necessary skills. And when we see incidents like this, we get discouraged, to be quite frank. We got emotionally devastated because you can't invest and somebody believes they've got the right to come and take all these things and leave our children in limbo. Yeah, and what do we do? Do we put more security? I know the other day you woke up also to the news that a patroller was stabbed, was patrolling in the school. Do you put more bodies on the ground? Do you put more walls? Do you put more security gates? It's in these people. Our please the law enforcement agencies to support us, to protect us, to take care of us. You're right. I mean, 2 days ago, a patroller was attacked and was stabbed to death. And some of our patrollers are attacked almost on a daily basis. So we need law enforcement agencies to support us. Remember, we are the Department of Education, so we can't go and hire private securities that are armed or get people that are armed to be at our schools. Our first line of defense is for us to hire teachers, you know, and therefore law enforcement agencies and those agencies that are given the mandate to deal with these things must assist us. But what kind of a community that allows a school to be burgled? What kind of a community buys stolen property? What kind of a community fails to protect its own school? What kind of a community that steals from their own children? And that's the issues, and those are the questions that we need to answer broadly, not the department alone, but all of us. Much appreciated. Thanks for your time. MEC for Education in Gauteng, Panyaza Lesufi there, responding also to that online petition and, of course, the other issues that he has been dealing with this week, including that burglary and some of the attacks that have been happening in our schools. We continue with your reporting on Newsroom Africa, Channel 405 after this break. Do stay with us.